Stop lying to yourself. You say you want success. You say you want to be rich, fit, happy, respected, but the truth is, you don't actually want it bad enough. You want the idea of it. You want the feeling of dreaming about it. You want the fantasy, but not the reality. The reality is ugly. The reality is doing the work when nobody's watching. The reality is making sacrifices that hurt. The reality is not wanting to, but doing it anyway. And most people can't handle that because they're too busy lying to themselves. You tell yourself you're working hard, but you're scrolling half the day. You tell yourself you're being patient, but you're just procrastinating. You tell yourself you're planning, but you're avoiding execution. These lies feel good because they protect your ego. They let you sleep at night, but they're the same lies that keep you broke, unfit, and unhappy. If you want to win big, you have to strip the comfort away and face the truth. About your effort, about your habits, about your results. The scoreboard doesn't lie. Your bank account doesn't lie. Your body doesn't lie. Your relationships don't lie. The data is staring you in the face every single day, but instead of adjusting, you make excuses. Winning big is not about motivation. It's about honesty, brutal, uncomfortable, ruthless honesty with yourself. It's looking at the gap between where you are and where you say you want to be, and closing it without sugarcoating the reality of the work required. You already know what needs to be done. You know the actions. You know the habits, you know the changes, but you won't start until you stop pretending you're already doing enough. You're not, and deep down, you know it. So here's the truth. Success is not hiding from you. You're hiding from it. It's not about whether you're capable. You are. It's about whether you're willing to kill the version of yourself that's addicted to comfort, addicted to distraction, addicted to lying just to feel okay in the moment. The day you stop lying to yourself is the day everything changes. That's when you'll move with clarity. That's when you'll cut the nonsense. That's when every hour of your day will start compounding towards something massive. And that's when you'll finally realize winning big was always possible. You were just in your own way. Tell the truth, act on it, and watch what happens. Face the truth. That's the first step, and it's the hardest step. It's not the workout, it's not the sales call, it's not the diet, it's admitting to yourself, without filters, without excuses, that you are not where you want to be because of you, not because of the economy, not because of your parents, not because of your boss, your partner, or your bad luck. Most people never get here because truth feels like a punch to the gut. It's easier to point fingers than to stand in the mirror and say, I'm not doing enough. But if you don't do that, you will stay stuck in the same loop forever, thinking you're making progress while you're just spinning in circles. The truth is your scoreboard. Look at your bank account. Look at your body in the mirror. Look at your calendar. Look at your relationships. That's the report card of your life. No matter how you feel, no matter what you tell yourself, those results are the truth. You can't talk your way around them. You can't manifest them into something else. They are the outcome of the actions you've been taking, and those actions are the real story. But here's why people avoid the truth. It's uncomfortable. It forces you to see the gap between where you are and where you say you want to be. It makes you realize you've been overestimating your effort and underestimating the work required. And the moment you accept that, there's no more hiding. You either fix it or admit you don't want it as bad as you claim. Facing the truth is not about beating yourself up. It's about using reality as a starting point. Think about a GPS. If you put in the wrong starting location, you will never get to your destination, no matter how perfect the map is. The same goes for your goals. If you keep lying to yourself about where you are right now, every step you take will be in the wrong direction. And here's the part that stings. Facing the truth will strip away your comfort zone. It will force you to cut the distractions you've been justifying for years. It will make you realize that the busy work you're proud of isn't moving the needle. It will show you that the hours you say you're working are really just hours of half focus, phone checking, and mental drifting. This is where winners separate from everyone else. Most people will see the truth and run from it because it threatens their ego. Winners see the truth and lean into it because they know it's the only path forward. You want more money. Face the truth about how much value you actually bring to the marketplace. You want a better body. Face the truth about how consistently you train and what you actually eat, not what you post on social media. You want a better relationship. Face the truth about how you communicate. how much effort you put in, and whether you're showing up as the person you expect the other person to be. When you stop lying to yourself and start looking at life through the lens of truth, you'll see two things. You are the problem. You are also the solution. The second part is the most powerful. Because if the truth shows you that you are responsible for your current situation, it also means you are in full control to change it. No waiting for someone to save you, no hoping for the right time, just action. The truth doesn't care about your feelings, but it will set you free if you're willing to face it and use it. Replace planning, waiting, and overthinking with execution. Most people convince themselves they're making progress because they're getting ready. They research, they take notes, they talk about what they're going to do. But deep down, they know they're stalling. They're building a safety net of preparation, so they never have to feel the sting of action that might fail. Action is the only thing that moves the needle. Thinking about making the call isn't the same as picking up the phone. Writing down workout plans isn't the same as stepping into the gym. Mapping out a business strategy isn't the same as launching the offer. Until you do the thing, you have nothing. The lie people tell themselves is, I'm just waiting for the right time. There is no right time. The perfect conditions you're imagining will never exist. The market will always have uncertainty. Your schedule will always be busy. You will never feel 100% ready, and the longer you wait, the more the opportunity shrinks. If you're serious about winning big, you need to replace the habit of getting ready with the habit of doing. Don't ask, am I ready? Ask, what's the first step I can take right now? And then take it before you have time to talk yourself out of it. You'll learn more in 1 hour of execution than you will in weeks of planning. People love to say they have potential, but potential is worthless without proof, and proof comes from results. Results come from actions. Actions come from a bias toward doing. You can't think your way into success. You have to work your way into it. Once you make execution your default mode, everything changes. Fear doesn't go away, but it loses its grip. You stop wasting energy on what-if scenarios and start building real momentum. You start stacking small wins, and those wins compound into big ones. And before you know it, you're living the life you used to only plan for. Comfort is the enemy of growth. It feels good in the short term, but it robs you in the long term. Most people don't realize it's not the big failures that ruin their dreams. It's the small, daily choices to stay comfortable. Sleeping in instead of getting up early, scrolling instead of working, eating what's easy instead of what fuels you, saying I'll do it tomorrow instead of doing it now. These moments seem harmless, but they stack up and quietly kill your momentum. The problem with comfort is that it teaches you to avoid discomfort at all costs. You start designing your life around convenience, and convenience rarely produces greatness. Discomfort is where growth lies. It's in the awkward sales calls, the workouts that make your muscles burn, the long hours spent on a project when everyone else is relaxing. That's where the breakthroughs happen. You can't build an extraordinary life with ordinary habits. You have to push yourself into situations where you're unprepared, where you might fail, where you feel exposed. Those moments force you to adapt, learn, and toughen up. Every time you choose discomfort over comfort, you expand your capacity. You become the kind of person who can handle more, do more, and win more. If you're stuck, it's probably because you've been protecting your comfort instead of building your capability. The world doesn't reward comfort. It rewards contribution, results, and resilience. And all of those are forged in the fire of doing what's hard. The faster you can make discomfort your new normal, the faster you'll separate yourself from everyone else. Because while they're chasing comfort, you'll be chasing growth. And in the long run, growth always wins. Big wins don't come from talent alone, luck, or even the perfect plan. They come from ruthless honesty with yourself. When you're honest, you stop wasting energy on pretending, posturing, or justifying. You see things for what they are, not how you wish they were. That kind of clarity is powerful because it turns vague dreams into concrete actions. Honesty forces you to admit when you're slacking, when your strategy isn't working, or when you've been avoiding the real work. It keeps you from living in the illusion that you're on track when you're really just treading water, and the moment you admit the truth, you regain control, because you can't fix what you refuse to face. Discipline becomes easier when you're honest, because the gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't hidden anymore. You can see it, measure it, and attack it. You stop chasing motivation and start building habits that actually deliver results. The people who win big aren't perfect. They are aware. They know their weaknesses, and instead of hiding them, they work on them. They track their progress relentlessly. They refuse to let their ego get in the way of improvement. That's why they move faster, adapt quicker, and keep climbing while others stall. When you tell yourself the truth and back it with action, you become unstoppable. You stop negotiating with your excuses, and you start building proof that you can do exactly what you said you would. Over time, those small, honest actions compound into massive wins. That's when winning big stops being a goal and becomes your normal.